What's up, crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to Blockchain Wise. And today I'm going to talk to you about liquid NFTs because we are just a couple days away from releasing a major update, and that would be the instant loans. So this is on Robston, and what I'd like everyone to do is test out our new system because it is live, completely live on Robston. And once we have, tried to break it and we feel that it's sufficiently strong enough, probably in a few days, by Wednesday hopefully, then we will flip it to live. So just go to dev.app.liquidnfts.com and then also make sure that you're on the Robston network. And if it doesn't give you the option, then you can just go to the circle and go to settings and turn on the test networks and then just put it to Robston, and you'll be able to test it out. So here's our home page, but first of all, let's just go to the wallet NFTs because we have set up a bunch of cloned projects. So you can actually mint Bored Apes, Dead Fellows. Of course, these aren't real NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. These are copied over onto Robston, but you can mint them. They're exactly the same for the purposes of testing out Liquid NFTs instant loan. So you can see I've minted a bunch of different NFTs. I got Bored Apes and Doodles. And now what I'd like you to do is come on over to our instant loans page. So these are instant loans, and you guys know that Liquid NFTs has actually been live, but it's only been live for custom loans. And that means that there has to be some type of back and forth between the lender and borrower. You got to make a proposal. You got to have a lender fulfill your proposal, or multiple lenders fulfill your proposals. So that's been live, but we haven't really gained traction with it because there's nothing special about it compared to the other ones and our competitors that are already there in the space, such as NFTfi, for instance. They're killing it on the custom loans. But really our main project, our main feature are these instant loans. And there's only one other competitor that I know that has instant loans. That would be Bend DAO. But we have several really interesting features that I think make us quite superior, and I'm going to share those with you right now. So first of all, notice that there's 3 pools. Disregard the Doodles pools. Those are just for testing. And also understand that when we go live, we're going to have many different accepted NFTs, Mutant Apes, Bored Apes, Doodles, Azuki, etc. This one, just for the purposes of testing, just has Bored Apes and then Doodles in one pool. So if you mint a Bored Ape or a Doodle on testnet here, you'll be able to use this protocol. So first of all, notice that there's 2 currencies. There's Ethereum, that's actually wrapped Ethereum, and then there is USDC. And so you can see there's also different loan to value ratios. So 70% loan to value, 35% loan to value, 35% loan to value. What this means is that, let's say if your Bored Ape is worth 100 ETH, you can go ahead and take 70% loan to value, so a 70 ETH loan in this pool. However, in this pool, you would only be able to get 35%, so 35 ETH worth of USDC here, or 35 wrapped ETH here. So the way it works is very simple. These are instant loans, remember. So let's say you have a Bored Ape or a Doodle, you want to borrow. You just select the pool you want. Let's go ahead and do the 70% pool. And then you select which NFT you want. I could do Doodles, I could do Bored Apes. We'll have several different options when we actually go live. You can go ahead and select the one you want. I'll go ahead and select this one, and then you can do the borrowing amount. Now this is the 70% pool, so I can borrow, max, or I could borrow less than max. And the reason you might want to do less than max is 1, you pay less interest, and then 2, you've got to pay interest every 35 days. But if the floor price drops, then you would have to pay back some principal every 35 days as well. So if you don't want to pay any principal back, then you can take less than the max. And then even if the floor price drops, as long as it doesn't drop, more than 25%, you would be good in the situation. Also notice that the amount I'm borrowing is only a tiny amount. That's because the floor prices are set really small because this is testnet. We don't have a lot of testnet ETH. But basically, you just pick the NFT you want, pick the amount that you want to borrow, and then you go ahead and proceed with a borrow. It's really, really simple. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that transaction while I talk about one of the main features that distinguishes us from any other competitors that are out there, and we have several of them. The first one is floor prices. So other competitors will just give you the floor price value. So for instance, if Bored Ape's floor is 75 Ethereum, they will give you, whatever loan to value ratio off of a 75 ETH valuation. But we have an oracle that is, maintained by us that allows the rarer NFTs to be designated worth more. So for instance, if you have a gold fur ape, it's actually worth at least 800 ETH, not 75. And if you've got like a trippy fur ape, it's worth at least 250, if not 350 ETH. So we allow you to borrow more because the valuation is more in that case. So that's something that really distinguishes us. Also, the fact that you can borrow up to 70% loan to value. There are some competitors that allow you to borrow up to 40%, but it's 40% of the floor price. So we allow you to borrow up to 70%, and it's also, if you got a rare NFT, you can borrow a lot more. So there's a much greater capacity for you to access the liquidity of your NFTs with our platform for sure. And the reason we're able to do that is because every 35 days you got to pay up. So for instance, there's no case where we could get bad debt after a 35-day period because you would have to pay, and it would reconcile the floor price if the floor price dropped. So we have gone ahead and borrowed. As you can see here, it was this ape right here, so we borrowed that ETH. Now, if I wanted to be a lender instead of a borrower, if I'm like, wow, the APY is really great. Now, this is, once again, testnet, so this isn't going to be the APYs. The APYs are going to be variable in every pool based off supply and demand. So this should actually be best-in-class APY for any stablecoin and best-in-class APY for any, Ethereum. And so for lending in the pool, all you have to do is go ahead and enter the amount you want to lend. Right now, there's the max amount that's in my wallet. We'll go ahead and lend this amount right here. And then you just go ahead and deposit. And this is a set it and forget it type of thing where you just, dump the money in. So even if you're not into NFTs, as soon as this goes live, I would highly recommend, and this is what I'm doing with my money as well, to place your USDC and Ethereum. We'll switch it to wrapped Ethereum first, and then help us seed our pools, because there's going to be loans in blue chip NFTs that are being taken out, and it's going to give you really good APY. And so this would be much different than like BlockFi or Celsius, for instance, that had problems. They went bankrupt. You can't go bankrupt with this scenario because it's completely peer-to-peer decentralized. Your money's very clearly in these decentralized pools that are being lent out. So what are the risks? There aren't many risks if you believe in blue chip NFTs, and even if NFTs go to zero, this platform will still work as long as it doesn't go to zero in a matter of like 2 to 3 weeks. Because as the floor values would go down, it would force people to be paying back principal every single month. And so every single, our update of the floor price are actually every 3 days. So actually every 3 days, it will be forcing people to pay back principal every time they make a payment, so at least every 35 days, and then it would be forcing people to create healthy loans once again, and reconcile their loans. So all in all, this is an extremely safe, very heavily over collateralized platform. Same type of idea as with how the DAI stablecoin is is protected. The peg is protected by a basket of crypto that's over collateralized by 20%. Well, even our most risky pool is over collateralized by more than 30%. So you'd have 130% of assets there. And then, of course, in our safe pools, you've got 165% over collateralized. So this is a huge deal. And we are one of the first to market. I believe we are second to market. I think the first one would be Ben DAO. And this would be our only competitor for the instant pools. And as you can see, they came out in January and they're doing quite well. They have 61,000 ETH worth of assets available in the pool. They've got 18,000 ETH in their pool. So they just have like actually one big pool. They don't split it out like ours. But they are doing quite well, and I think this is a great proof of concept. Now, there are several ways in which we're better than Ben DAO, and I think that competition is good, and I think that we can both thrive very well too. But if we're comparing apples to apples here, I think we've got some really significant good features. So if we go to our homepage, you can see we redesigned the homepage, got a lot of cool stuff, and some of our distinguishing traits right here are price NFT traits. We just talked about that. If you got a rare NFT, you can take out a lot more. LISA calibration. So this is huge because this is the algorithm that determines APY in these pools. So what is the APY going to be? So we have actually 2 math PhDs on our team, German mathematicians, and they are extremely smart, and they've been working with our team. They've been on our team since the start and have been developing this LISA algorithm that is new groundbreaking technology it's basically determining the APY in these liquidity pools based off supply and demand. So let's go through our homepage. You can see we got this great graphics, and it was just really nicely done. And before I try to explain it anymore, it's already explained in our Gitbook documents right here. So I have, taken the time to write some extensive Gitbook documents here, which I'm going to link below. They aren't even fully published yet, and it explains how that stuff works. But here's the LISA algorithm. Basically, imagine it this way. So the traditional liquidity pools, like the Aave liquidity pools, use a linear slope to determine APY. And we have a learning algorithm. So it's going to be adjusting APY to be able to fit the needs of supply and demand on a continual basis. So there's a whole article that's going to be written about that. Here's our evaluations oracle. It teaches how, what I told you about how we actually create that oracle and how we come up with the prices, how we keep it decentralized. This goes through defaults and liquidation. So let's say somebody doesn't pay their loan in their 35-day period, doesn't extend it, doesn't pay their principal back. Well, it immediately goes to a Dutch auction, and that Dutch auction keeps on decreasing the price down to 50% of what the NFT is worth. So you would assume that it would be sold for plenty of profits compared to what they took their loan out for. And this is very cool. Here's what I really want to talk about, because this video is directed at my Wise token community. It's been, I haven't pushed out very many updates because I've been building, and I haven't really wanted to update until I actually had something tangible that I could show you guys. And now I do, because we've been working on this since last August. So it's been a year, and now we're finally pushing out this instant pool feature that is, very revolutionary, and that I believe is going to just, change the game with NFT liquidity. It just allows people to access so much more. Everything is connected back to Wise token. So, if you have been in Wise from the start, you know that we had a very successful auction to start off. We had a very successful auction, but that was in 2020. That was several years ago. So we raised a ton of Ethereum, and you can see that we raised a ton of Ethereum, and then we used that to create a decentralized liquidity pool. We created a pool on Uniswap that is ETH and WISE, and then we locked that pool permanently by burning the keys to that. So you can see this is the #1 liquidity pool. I'm not sure why it's not showing me. I've got this area. There we go. So you can see all the top liquidity pools on Uniswap version 2. You can see we are the #1 pool, and we've been the #1 pool for some time. So this is huge. And so you might have been in our community from the start and have been, I see messages all the time. Oh, is WISE dead? What's happening with WISE? No, WISE is not dead. We are just, we're building products, and products take time. So the token, extremely successful. We created this massive liquidity pool, and here's what we're going to do with that liquidity pool. Every single product we create, such as LiquidNFTs, is going to be tied back into that pool. We're going to do that through the Liquid token. So we are going to have another 50-day auction just like WISE token. And 100% of that raise is going to be converted into WISE tokens. Meaning, if we raise $100 million in the Liquid token sale, that means $100 million of WISE is going to be purchased. You can imagine what that's going to do to our market cap for WISE. So after that happens, all of that WISE that is purchased from the sale of this tokens, that goes into our profits contract for LiquidNFTs. So it doesn't go into a liquidity pool. So we only need one massive liquidity pool. We already have that. That's WISE. This is how people cash out of our ecosystem. They simply trade their WISE tokens for Ethereum, and there's plenty of it to go around. And we have a price floor in Ether as well, and we are also really close to our price floor right now. So the downside risk versus Ethereum for holding WISE right now is very, very small. So, like I said, we are going to have a Liquid token sale. We were previously calling it Fun, but there's a big Fun token already, so we're going to call it Liquid token. And then we are going to go ahead and put that all in the profits contract. Now, LiquidNFTs is going to be making profits as well. You can see that something like Ben DAO, when you have this much liquidity and they have, I think, almost 1,000 NFTs collateralized right now, doing very well. Well, we're going to be able to do well too, with all this, we're going to have comparable stats, especially since we offer better features as far as taking more liquidity. So that's going to create revenue. How's it going to create revenue? Well, a portion of the interest that people pay on their loans stays in the pool as profits. And so those profits go to our profits contract. Now, holding that sale for Liquid tokens is already going to create a massive pool of WISE. And all of that WISE is going to go directly into the profits contract, meaning that it's going to be a fairly safe investment because the money that you put in goes straight to the profits contract. Like, it doesn't go to paying for marketing or anything like that, and it doesn't get diluted very much at all. The only thing that dilutes the money that gets put in is the referral program, which you can participate in the referral program, and then you wouldn't be diluted. That would be working for you, and then the 12% that goes to the team. That is my team, and that is our stake for building it and for growing the platform. So profits are going to be coming in every single week. The profits go straight to this profits contract. And so this is incredible tokenomics, because the way that this works is, let's say you buy Liquid tokens in the auction. And that's going to be one of the only ways to get Liquid tokens, because remember, we're not creating a big liquidity pool afterwards. So it's going to be very hard to get liquid tokens aside from the auction. The only other way would be if somebody who bought liquid tokens creates a liquidity pool. So your share of liquid tokens is going to be your share of the profits contract. So if you have 1% of the total supply, by the way, I think I failed to mention before, it's a hard cap. So the liquid token does not inflate at all. It's fully distributed as soon as the auction ends. So if you own 1% of supply, you'll always own 1% of supply no matter what. And you don't even have to stake it. You can hold it in your wallet, and you will always be entitled to your share. In this case, if you own 1% of the liquid tokens, you own 1% of the profits in the contract. So you're already going to be at roughly 80% ROI immediately. That's not going anywhere. And then profits will be added to the contract every single week. As the profits come in, they go directly to the contract. So this is the system that I created. And the cool thing about this is that, the liquid token, it's not just for liquid NFTs, but it's also going to be for a lending and borrowing platform, which we are launching shortly after we finish up liquid NFTs. So, this is a lending and borrowing for not NFTs, but for just regular cryptocurrencies, similar to the Aave platform, except that it's going to have our LASA algorithms in all our pools, which is a huge upgrade to what Aave is right now. So this is it, guys. This is what we've been working on, and this is the first product in the Wise ecosystem. You may think, oh, isn't Wise Token the first product? No, Wise Token isn't a product. It's just a token. It doesn't do anything. It's backed by ETH, which is amazing, but that's not a product. That's just, a foundation. So now here we are a year and a half later after launching Wise, and we are launching our first product, and our product is pretty freaking amazing, if I do say so myself. So you're going to see some more, more chatter about this. We're going to be doing, Twitter lives. I've already created a Discord group. We're going to be growing this. We're going to be having giveaways for people that do the lending, giveaways for people that do the borrowing. As you can see, there's going to be an airdrop here. More details to that on that to come soon. But, the bottom line here, guys, I didn't want to get into too much technical details on how this platform works. But I just wanted you guys to know that, hey, Wise has been semi-dormant for a year and a half when it comes to the community, and that's been because we've been building. But we're done now with a huge product, and so it's time for the beast to awaken. We are going to have this massive opportunity soon for you to participate in another 50-day auction with another amazing referral program. And so it's going to be another chance for people to, be able to help their friends and family and also make money while doing so, since there's this 10% direct commissions for sharing with friends and family. So I hope that's exciting to you guys. It's very exciting to me. Even if you're not into NFTs, this is huge because it's part of the Wise ecosystem. So what my goal, as you can see above my head, is to create a fair and decentralized ecosystem. And if I've learned anything in the past 2.5 years since we started building Wise, it's the fact that there's a lot of people that don't care about decentralization. They don't care about fairness. You can see that in NFTs. You can see that in coins. People only care about a quick flip and about making money fast. Everybody is in NFTs and is in crypto because they want to get rich quick. That's not me. I want to get rich too, but I want to get rich the right way, and I want to do it helping people. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm creating a fair and decentralized ecosystem. And not very many people care about us yet. But when this starts working and people start understanding how this works, I know there's a huge vacuum and a hunger for this type of thing. So I have been building and building and building, and our team is growing. And, we're there. And we're just starting to blossom, this being our first product. So I hope you'll be, with me in my vision for creating a fair, decentralized ecosystem. I hope you can see how this kind of tokenomics is amazing and, better than anything that's out there on the market right now. Hope you can see that our product is better than anything. Please read our, Git book that I'm creating. It will be in the links in the description below for sure. But anyways, once again, I hope you're excited. Thank you so much for watching this video. There's going to be more to come. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.